Good morning, class. Sorry I can't be there. I want to be. However, I'm in Halifax right now. Let me start by saying what was due at the beginning of class. So when I say beginning, I mean the first 5 minutes. This should have been emailed to me. So if you haven't done this already, when I'm done speaking, please email this to me ASAP. And that is your outline of your experimental design, highlighting what your question is and what you chose. And remember, if you're confused about any of the days, check the calendar on the bulletin board because it explains what we're doing each exact day. The plan for carrying out your project, especially on experiment day, that's where the focus is. How are you going to carry this out when we do the experiments and collect the data? And the last thing that should have been emailed to me is your resources. Okay? And when you're doing that, I just want to bring up the rubric real quick. So when you're doing that, please, this is on the portal right now, please go to the portal and just look at how you're going to be evaluated on this. And like I said, you're down here for the resources. It said 3 required, but I'm only requiring 2, so therefore this will be out of 4. You get 2 points for each one. And you could get a low value. For example, if you give me Google as your resource, that is not substantial. Yeah, so like I said, please just read through this, see how you can get a 5 out of 5, and make sure you produce a clear statement of the task and a clear description of the plan. The plan is highly detailed and describes how the task will be performed. Okay, so your plan right here is what is being evaluated the most. Outline is just basically day-to-day operations, what you're going to be doing. However, within your plan, that's where everyone is going to be different. Everyone's outline should be relatively similar except for on experiment day. Okay? So for today, so that is what should have been emailed to me already. If it hasn't been, please do that ASAP. For today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on our materials and our methods. So before I get there, I want to go over the 2 materials and methods that are in those exemplars that, yet again, are on the portal page. Please go there and look at this stuff. It's for your benefit and to make sure you get a good mark on this. So here's the one that was the random numbers. During this experiment, 75 people were polled. They were asked to give a random number between 1 to 100, and the results were recorded. And then it describes, this is your, this is right here, more your method, okay? And within your method, you're telling me what the materials are. Now, for instance, this one is going to be using people. That is a material, okay? That is a material. You might need, so if you're using, is flipping a coin truly random? One of your materials is going to have to be a coin or 3 different coins, however you decide to do it. If you need to have a classroom, like I said, to conduct interviews, well, a classroom is a material. And within here, then using random number generator, she gives you another material that she used that happens to be her resource as well. And she puts it in her document appropriately with brackets and underlines the website so that I know that it is actually a website that she used, and I can check her resources and it checks out. Okay? And look how long this is. This is extraordinarily short. It's not long. All right? It doesn't have to be 2 pages. All it has to do is make sure that you're not using words like I. You're talking in past tense. Okay? You're not talking in past tense, sorry, so you're not saying I did this and I did that. You're describing the experiment and the method in which you would perform this experiment and with what materials you would need. Because when someone reads this, like I said, they have to be able to duplicate your experiment without ever guessing what it is they have to do. It should be laid out for them very good. So materials and methods should be related to the plan, okay? Your plan shouldn't be something that goes beyond what your materials and methods needs, okay? Everything that you need in your plan should be highlighted in your materials and your methods. So, to break it down, materials. What are you going to need? Think about how you will obtain these items. You don't have to talk about it within right here, how you obtained it, but in your own head. If you need something that's a little extravagant, think about how you would get it. Maybe you got to email me and ask if it's even possible. Will they cost a lot of money? You're going to have to pay for some stuff, you know? If you don't have the money, again, email me. Maybe we can come up with some solution to how you would obtain whatever item it is that does cost money. And for your methods, okay? How you would conduct your study, your experiment, your survey, your questionnaire. How are you going to conduct this? Okay? She outlines in here exactly what she did. Okay? She surveyed 75 people and she asked them to give a random number between 1 and 100. To the point, 2 sentences, paragraph complete, details exactly what it is she did, and I could do that without ever having to track down this girl and ask her how she performed her experiment. So, how you're going to email this to me in the next due date. So this, just like your outline, your plan, and your resources were due at the beginning of the day today, email to me. This will be due at the beginning of class, next class, email to me. Or if you're done beforehand, that's great too. So let's go to the rubric. How's it going to be evaluated? Well, this is deadline 2, materials and methods. Well, first off, it's going to have to be word processed. No pieces of paper with something scribbled on it. Okay? Paragraph format used, that is, you're getting 2 points for something extraordinarily standard, because I go over those exemplars because that is exactly how I would expect you to email it to me. When you want to hand in your complete copy at the end of this project on the last day, I want it to be as easy as just basically copying and pasting and putting all these sections into one document. I don't want you to have to write everything up. So when I say paragraph format used, no bullet points, please. Just write it as if you would. Clear, well written, easy to understand. No use of the word I talked to that. Past tense used, so you say what was did. You don't say I did this, you say how you did it. So during my experiment, 75 people were polled. Okay, you don't say during my experiment I polled 75 people. Stay away from the usage of the word I. Okay, and the last thing that's worth the most points, appropriate level of detail given such that the experiment could be repeated. We talked about this, you know exactly what this means. I need to be able to know that if anyone reads this, they can repeat your experiment with no problems. So, this will be due at the beginning of class next day. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, ask the sub, ask your partner. Remember, I know you're not working together on these projects, but you're all going to come to the same problems. A lot of people are doing surveys, a lot of people are doing experiments, and a lot of people might be having to do interviews. Okay, they might have to develop questions for a questionnaire. So there's going to be people in the class that are doing similar things to you. So it's to both your benefits if you discuss amongst each other exactly what the other person is doing, because maybe you will come up with neat things that you wouldn't have if you had just kept to yourself. All right, so have a good day. Like I said, email me that first checkpoint, make sure I get that, and next class I'll have the marks prepared for that. Also, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Good luck.